Hey all, good evening. For the last few days, एक न्यूज चल रहा है that BSE Smallcap Index is trading at its 6-month low, and 94 stocks which are part of this BSE Smallcap Index are actually trading at their 13 months low, 52 weeks low पे वो trade कर रहे हैं. What exactly this means as an investor in mutual funds? What should I do with this news? Should I liquidate? Should I exit out of my small cap portfolio because it may fall further? Should I buy more, being an opportunist, that okay, I'm getting more at low price? What should I do? And I mean, how do we take a decision? Before I discuss this with you all, this is not an advisory, this is not a recommendation. This is purely how I will look at this scenario, this news as an investor. I always recommend, and I strongly recommend that before you take any decision, please consult a regulated, registered mutual fund distributor, and they can give you advices basis your risk profiles and your aspirations with your money. Let us go ahead. So when I will look at this news, first I will try to understand what exactly all this is. And I think probably we'll start with what exactly is a small cap. I think that will be my first part to look at. What is small cap? Right. Before I know what I have to do with my investment into something, I need to understand what exactly I have invested in, right? Makes sense. So maybe we'll try that. So I've done some research. Basically, companies whose market capitalization is between rupees 500 to 5,000 crores are called as small cap companies. Let me just restructure this a bit. Right. So basically, जिस कंपनी का मार्केट कैपिटलाइजेशन, मार्केट होल्डिंग 500 से 5,000 करोड़ के बीच होता है, those are called as small cap companies. Right. But अब इसका क्या करें? What do we do with this information? So ये definition clarifies one thing, that these are companies which are not very small, like say micro cap, or companies which are not listed at all. But these are not also very big company, very stable and like blue chip companies, Nifty 50 companies kind of thing. These are somewhere between, right? Which means these companies, due to their smaller size, has huge potential to grow and thereby making you a lot of money. But at the same time comes up with a huge risk as well. So risky hai, but rewarding bhi hai. That is the kind of natures these small cap companies come up with, right? ओके, फेयर इनफ. मतलब ये एक रिस्की ट्रेड है, रिस्की सेट ऑफ कंपनीज हैं, एंड इसमें अगर पैसे लगे हैं एंड देन अ न्यूज लाइक दिस कम्स अप दैट BSE small cap index hits 6-month low, what should we do? So let us write some more points. What I always think is that when I am investing into a riskier asset, I am doing it for a long-term horizon. What is a long term for me? Anything beyond 5 years, at least. Ideally, beyond 7 years. ये मेरा definition है long term investments का. चूंकि इसमें there is a lot of volatility, right? छोटी companies हैं, they take risk, they try to do a lot of things. They are very, very volatile. So volatile nature hai, which means they will follow a cycle, right? They will take some time to expand, to grow their business. So there is an involvement of a time period. And no company can be like, okay, I'll grow in 6 months or I'll not grow in 6 months. I mean, luck happens with few companies, but ideally there is a cycle of growth. It takes 4 years, 5 years, 6 years for a company to actually do a lot of things to grow, and they also understand whether they will be able to grow or not, whether they will shut off or whether they will actually make something big out of it. So the bottom line is कि ऐसे companies में जो छोटी companies हैं, कुछ बड़ा करना चाह रही हैं, they will need some time to basically get their things in place and grow. So जब हम इस type की companies में invest करते हैं, at least मैं जब करता हूँ, what I look for is that I will only invest that amount of money which I am okay holding for at least 5 years, ideally more than 7 years. So this is my investment philosophy into riskier companies like small cap. And I invest them in them through mutual funds only. मैं directly जाके नहीं करता. Mutual fund is a great vehicle. I don't have to put my brain into deciding कि within these small cap companies कौन सी अच्छी है नहीं है. I think there is a portfolio manager who is a learned person. I basically give him the money or her the money. They manage. But again, when I am investing into small cap, ये investment horizon का concept clear होना चाहिए. And how it helps you, let me show you here with this example. ये BSE small cap का ग्राफ है, राइट? अभी क्या बात हो रहा है दैट लास्ट 6 मंथ में ये काफी गिरा है नीचे है काफी. यहाँ से अगर इफ यू सी, यहाँ से एक हाई टाइम पे था 55,000 पे और अपने इस पीरियड के सबसे लो पे है ये एक इसके पहले सेकंड लो था आई थिंक 51,449 एंड अभी ये लीस्ट पे है दैट इज 51,093. Now the question is, what should I do? अगर मैं इस एसेट में इन्वेस्ट करता, if I would have invested say with an horizon of 1 year or 6 months, then तो I am in a very difficult position because my portfolio is in red. But historical pattern tells something about it. If we have invested with the right time horizon in mind, this is actually not a problem or something to worry. Actually, this is an opportunity. I'll tell you how. Let us look at 1 year का. So 1 year में ये अभी भी नीचे है. But we all know these are risky companies, so we have to give it time so that they can perform, right? So 1 year is also not a good time period, as I told you. 3 years, अगर 3 साल पहले we would have invested, then अभी ये 6 months low होने के बाद भी it is giving you a positive return only. 29,558 था. अभी it is 52,000. So there is a growth, definitely. This is your all-time high, I think. इस पीरियड का 57,000 उससे कम है. But you also understand कि आपका net एक पॉजिटिव ही है. Let us take a wider horizon, 5 years. So if I would have invested here like 5 years ago, 11 December 2020, उस समय it was trading at 17,552. अभी उससे, I mean, it is almost triple, right? The point here is, इस टाइप के न्यूज that it is at 6 month low, 94 stocks, 52 weeks low है, is actually worrisome. ये डराते हैं. But if we do the investment with the right understanding कि these are volatile stocks, we cannot judge these companies and its performance in a 6-month period. We have to give it time. What is that time? Minimum 5 years, at least, ideally beyond 7 years. And if we look here, 5 years में it is a net positive only. Even though 6 month के अपने lowest peak पे, lowest place पे है, this has given good returns only. 10 years का अगर horizon देखते हैं, right? आप कहीं भी invest करो. Suppose you have invested here in 2018 at 19,000 and 5 years later, like 2023 में, let's see कहाँ था ये? 2023 में it is 35,000. Invested at what? 19,000. So if you do an analysis like that if I give it 5 years of period, it has given me a positive return only, right? Even if we invest here, right? Let's say here, what is this? ये तो 2020 है, इसके बाद तो run पे ही है, right? So the fact is, if we are investing with the right understanding that these are volatile stocks, these are going to take time to perform, then these short-term newses actually do not confuse us. So what I will personally do with the historical thing, I know that, okay, it is going to do well if I give it enough time. Though historical performance is not an indicator, not a guarantee of your future returns, right? It is not a guarantee, but it still gives you some basis to make some decisions and some common sense decisions. So if I have to invest as an investor, what I will look at ki, if these are companies which are volatile, I understand small companies hai, it will take time for them to actually do something, perform, give returns. So if my expectation is right, probably I will not be worried about these things. And if I take an opportunistic lens here, I will probably invest more at this time. because I am getting the same product at a discount. But does it mean that you should also invest? Absolutely not. Why? Because I don't know what is your risk appetite, what is the purpose of your investing, when you will be needing your money back. There are lot of variables that you have to factor in before you decide whether you invest or not. And that is why I told you that you should always consult, right? Before taking before you take any decisions with your investments, you must consult your distributor or advisor, which are registered with the regulators. Like we are, like Toddl is, right? We are registered. This is our registration number. So it's not like you should come to us, right? I'm like, whosoever you consult, but please consult your financial planner, your advisor, distributor before you take any decision. The whole idea of this particular video was to tell you how to think, right? And how to discuss anything with your distributor so that you make informed decision. ऐसा कोई भी न्यूज आता है, before panicking, you should always look at what exactly it is, what is its behavior, is it expected? Yeah, I mean, even if someone's tell me 6 months low pay, I'll tell it's an expected behavior. It might happen. I will not panic. And given the historical analysis, if I give them enough time, it will most likely give me a good return. So small cap ka approximately for 13, 14, 15% ka return hota hai if we look at since inception ka data, which is a right understanding. So the idea is let us not get worried or let us not take any decisions out of fear. Let us understand where we are investing and how exactly it is going to behave. I think if we have that clarity, nothing is going to bother us. And that was the whole idea of this particular video, because a lot of people were reaching out to me कि BSE का ऐसा low चल रहा है, what should we do? I think this is what you should be doing. You should be understanding first, and then you should be consulting your distributor or advisor. That's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching it this long, and I'll see you in another video like this.